But
All right, Hunter, let's wrap it up with some football today.
let's do this. Oh, do want to say, you hate to see it. Coach Thompson passing away, the Georgetown legend. Coach Patrick Ewing, Allen Iverson, Coach. I think they said 4 or 5 Hall of Famers.
Lonzo Mourning. One thing, I saw a picture of young Iverson. Iverson tweeted out today, thanking John. He said, you saved my life, and things of that nature. And while we were talking about the NBA draft, I was thinking about Iverson. When you look at him in college and look at how he wasn't big.
No.
He's one of the guys that today, like if you didn't have a tournament, he's the one that's going to fall to the 10-15 spot and something like that. And then you just don't know where they're going to go. Max Fried does have the best pitching WAR. Bieber second, Lance Lynn third, Yu Darvish fourth, Gallen fifth for your pitching wars. John Thompson, big coach. Him and Coach Dean Smith are real good friends. They were both integral in integrating the sport.
Played each other once or twice in a national championship game.
Yeah, we beat them.
Yeah, yes, that's what I was. That was a little jab, but
and then but Thompson, a great coach. His son came in and coached Georgetown there for a little while as well.
He did.
So
his son did a decent job there, but it was never the powerhouse that it was.
I mean, unless you,
it's hard to follow up.
Like with, what his dad did was get big names. He got big guys to come to Georgetown, and a lot of, like I said the other day with the Hornets, like we can sit here and build our team all we damn want. We can build it every day, but until we get a 25-point stud, it don't matter at all.
Right.
So anyway, all right. So here's your NFL. Some football news. We're gonna do some little college football, NFL, little whatever. Kamara, maybe holding out. Jags cut Leonard Fournette.
I woke up to that.
First round pick.
After only 3 years, I don't even think he finished his rookie contract. What is it, a 4-year contract usually?
Picked in front of. Oh, he was released, so he was on contract.
Yeah.
Picked in front of Christian McCaffrey. And there you get Fournette now looking for a new team, Hunter.
Well, we did just lose a running back to jail, so maybe Washington needs to make a run at Leonard Fournette. And I will say this though, he would never be Adrian Peterson, but his running style is very close to Adrian Peterson. He's a bigger back. All right, he can body people down when he runs between the tackles. He's not one of the guys that I would try and force outside, maybe on like a swing or like a sweep or something. Maybe not a counter. I'd halfback dive him, mostly put him between the tackles, A gap, B gap. That to me was shocking. Basically, I think the Jaguars are just tanking now. They just want this first pick. And I think it's kind of unfair to Gardner Minshew for what he did last year. People forget Gardner Minshew was the highest rated quarterback, and he had the rookies of last year.
He's getting screwed.
He is getting screwed. That's what I was getting ready to say. Is with them they've traded Naganic or whatever his last name is.
Yeah.
All right. So I can't say it either. They finally moved off him. They cut Leonard Fournette. What else is like? If I'm Gardner Minshew, I'm showing up to practice and I'm doing this. I'm looking around like, all right, well, who is still here today that I know that was here yesterday? Like who is still here? And it is very unfortunate. They're screwing him because I think he has an opportunity. I'm not going to say he can be an all-time great. I'm just saying he can be an opportunity to be a good starting quarterback. I know they see who's coming out, and they're like, well, we can't really miss out on him. We like you, Gardner, but this is Trevor Lawrence or this is Justin Fields that we're talking about. So, but to me, I feel like they are just throwing this season in the trash can as the Jacksonville Jaguars. So if I'm a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, I'm not even showing up to games. Like if they say you guys could come, I'm not showing up because like, why? I'm just gonna wear a paper bag over my head all year.
I'd buy a pool. Well, the pool seat.
The pool seat.
Yeah, I'd buy that.
I'd be the only one in the pool.
I'd buy the pool seat.
That's just...
In fact, that jersey behind you, Braylon, he's been in that pool.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. The question is now, though, Because I will sit here and I will say the Jaguars are tanking on the season. Where does Fournette end up? There is obviously going to be someone who picks him up because he's still a young running back with some miles left on him. But who? And for how much? Maybe it's only a 1-year contract.
What are you going to do when the Patriots sign him? And they come out here and run Cam and Leonard in an option style.
Leonard Fournette. The problem with Leonard Fournette is he always seemed to be injured or he was unavailable for some reason. Like he got himself ejected for misconduct.
Or maybe. I don't want to play for the Jaguars.
I mean that too. So I don't know what Leonard Fournette you're gonna get. If it was LSU, prime LSU Leonard Fournette, you will get a hoss. But he just didn't show it in his 3 years.
According to chatsports.com, the top 5 destinations: Chargers, Bills, Buccaneers, Bears, and Eagles.
If the Eagles made a run at him, it would not surprise me. They need weapons still, even in the backfield. They need weapons. The Buffalo Bills could probably really use him because this is their year to claim the AFC East. That could be another weapon that they use for Josh Allen. The one that would probably be the best fit for them is Tampa Bay because they've already got so many pieces on the offensive side of the football. What's another one? What's another one at this point? The Chargers, they got Eckler, but if they want to have the 1-2 punch that they used to have with Eckler and Melvin Gordon, I could see it happening. To me, wherever he ends up, though, it's a 1-year contract. Yeah, that's just how I believe it's going to be. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the starting running back, Montgomery, for the Bears had a hamstring injury in camp a few days ago. So he could end up as a Chicago Bear just for injuries purposes. One person got hurt, and they needed to bring somebody in and play for him.
Yeah.
I think he would do really good there. Leonard Fournette, I mean, he's got more speed than him, but he reminds me of Jordan Howard, kind of the bruiser running back that they used to have in Chicago. I don't know. He'll land somewhere. The question will be where and who will use him the best and for how long. And I'm seriously thinking he's only going to get a year contract.
Baltimore.
They got too many. Too many running backs. Holy cow, too many running backs. Mark Ingram, J.K. Dobbins, who they just drafted. They have the other guy that's there. I cannot remember his name for the life of me. He's like number 42 or something like that, 44. I mean, they got running backs for days.
Well, I want you to do this. I want you to pick the Bills games. You're always high on the Bills. I want you to pick them for me.
I do like the Bills.
I went through this. I went through this last night, and I got a number that surprised me. I'm going to see how close you get to it and what you think.
Okay.
Home versus the Jets.
I'm giving it to the Bills.
At Miami.
I'm giving it to the Bills. Miami, for the first few weeks, is going to run out Fitzpatrick. So.
September 27th at home versus the Rams.
You said at home in September. I'm going to go with the Bills. That's a West Coast team traveling east.
At Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm going to go with the Bills.
At Tennessee Titans.
I'm going to go with the Titans.
Home versus Chiefs.
That's the Chiefs.
At Jets.
Give it to the Bills. The Jets, a lot of people don't realize, a lot of guys have opted out for the Jets.
Home Patriots.
And it's crazy that I have to pause like this because Tom Brady's not there, but it's still Bill Belichick's team. They've had a lot of guys. I think they've had 8 or 9 guys opt out. I'm going with Buffalo.
Home Seahawks.
Russell Wilson. I'm going to give it to Seattle. Wait, what year is that? What time of the year is that? No, I'm sorry, not what year, but what time of the year? Like, is that November
8th?
Damn, it's starting to get cold in Buffalo, but I'm still going to go with Russell Wilson.
At Arizona.
I'm going to give it to Arizona.
Home Chargers. They get both LA teams at home. This one's in the November 29th.
I'm going to give it to Buffalo because they're either going to be playing against Tyrod Taylor or the young gun with the Chargers.
At 49ers.
I think they lose to San Francisco. I think San Francisco's still good.
Home Steelers.
I think they lose to Pittsburgh.
At Denver.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. That ball's going to be flying 100 yards when Josh Allen releases it because the air is thin and his arm is huge. Give me Josh Allen.
All right.
Give me Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
At New England.
Too many players opting out. I think this Patriots down year. Give me the Bills.
So sweep the Patriots.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And I still had to pause for the first and second. Like, I would pause that.
Home against the Dolphins in January 3rd.
Tua might be out there on the field, so I'm definitely going with the Bills. People probably thinking, oh, my God, Hunter, why would you pick the Bills in so many games? They had, like, the second best defense in the league last year.
So you
like, what do you want from me?
You picked them at 10-6. So I went through the same schedule last night. First thoughts, without even really getting in depth to it. I had them at 6-10.
No, there's no way.
So that means 8-8.
True.
You're too high on
True.
them. I don't know if I was low on them or not. Hey, I didn't have them sweeping the Patriots.
So you had them taking at least going 1-1 with the New England.
So that would put them at 9-7.
And if I went that way, then that's 9-7. Fine. And you probably think they would split with the Jets. That would be the only other team I could see them losing to. Like maybe just splitting with.
I think
it depends on if
I've
Sam
had them
Darnold.
losing to Denver in Denver.
Well, that too. So
so there's two. Those are my two. So we're right there. If you split with the Jets and you lose to Denver and split with the Patriots,
look,
you're
even
back down
in
there.
that in the AFC East, I still think 9-7 wins that division.
Here's the way I usually do these, and I get pretty close with them. I'll say bad, good. No, I mean bad, average, or good team.
Mhm.
Okay, so if I look at the Bills and this is the way I did last night, I said I think they're an average team. If I do an average team and I go through their thing, what that means is you should expect them to win the home games and expect them to lose the away games. So basically, when I do this, when I go down through, I'll say if they're playing a good team at home, this is a chance to lose. Go ahead and mark it down.
instead of it being 8-8, you just take away from there because
Right,
you would
we'll go ahead and
say
mark it down.
lose road games, win home games. That's 8-8. But if they're playing someone tough at home,
right,
then they'll lose it.
maybe. But because most teams don't go undefeated at home or a road.
I could see that
so
where
that's
you
kind
were
of how I
saying the
play it.
Rams were coming to town and they would be a hard out.
So you counted the Rams as a win, and the reason I would say maybe the Rams might win because it is in September and not January. I wouldn't pick the Chargers for nothing.
No.
I give the Rams way more of a shot than the Chargers.
I can give the Rams a shot. You know, the problem I always have though is the only guy that doesn't seem to lose going west to east is Russell Wilson. Other than that,
Right.
guys that go from west to east, they lose.
You also picked them to beat the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. I think the Raiders are close, but they're young.
I'm not saying they can't, but based on my normal formula,
Mhm.
2 even teams. I'm picking.
But that's away, isn't it though?
It's in Vegas. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. 2 even teams. I'm going to pick the home game in that situation.
Yeah.
That's usually how I do it when I go through. But somewhere between those, if they have a great year, Hunter, that's if Josh Allen has a great year. If he's average quarterback, I think they're still sitting there in the
Here's the thing.
in the middle range. But
They
that
have to
division
take
might
off.
suck.
I just said they have to take off this year because there's no guarantee that Bill Belichick and the Patriots are going to be down for the next 2 or 3 years. There's just not.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made me so hesitant on picking them when you first asked me who's going to win, Bills or Patriots. It's like, well, I have to sit here and think logically. I know there are about 8 to 9 players and some key players on the defensive side of the football, like Dante Hightower and other players, that have opted out for the Patriots. I also know they don't have Tom Brady, who knows this division inside and out, sitting back there taking snaps. But they still have Bill Belichick, who seems to create hell for everybody he plays against on the defensive side of the football. So, I don't know. But if you wanted to ask me which offense do I think would have a better chance against the other's defense, Buffalo's offense has a better chance against New England's defense. Because I don't know what I'm getting out of Cam, and outside of Cam Newton and maybe, Sony Michel or White and Julian Edelman, I mean, what else do they have that's really going to threaten the number 2 defense or number 3 defense in the league last year in Buffalo? Cam, and I don't know how he got away with that. Did you see the one where they were stretching and they were like doing the line stretching, going down, touching the toes and doing high kicks, and he's just sitting there dancing the whole time. And I'm like, how did Bill Belichick just was like, yeah, dude, Don't stretch. Do it. Just do what you want. I don't know how he did it.
Hey, let me put it this way. I haven't wanted to get my popcorn ready since T.O. left Dallas, but this makes me want to eat some popcorn and watch. I ain't wanted to watch any New England football in years. But this will make me want to watch it.
Well, I don't know if any of my buddies are wanting to do a fantasy league because I haven't heard anything. I mean,
I think everybody hasn't been paying attention, Hunter, because there's no preseason.
I know they forget
usually
we're a week away. Like next week, next Thursday
we
is
do our draft Labor Day night.
Yeah, next week
Because
is
they play the week after Labor Day.
Chiefs Texans, if I'm not mistaken.
Thursday?
I think they're the opening game.
Is it Thursday?
I think it is Thursday. I think they're starting on a Thursday this year. I can tell you exactly.
Any other news and notes before you get out of here?
Thursday, September 10th, Houston at Kansas City. That is, in fact, when NFL is back. Any more news and notes?
So next Thursday.
Not really, other than
Hunter.
Next Thursday is the NFL. Yeah.
Is NFL football.
Next Thursday is NFL football. Absolutely.
Hunter, next Thursday.
Next Thursday,
is
we have
NFL
football to talk about on Saturday. Not to mention, I think the week after that, college starts.
Who cares?
Next
week is professional football.
Yeah, next week. Next week is professional football. No matter how many times you say that, it still feels good. I can tell you, like, schedule-wise.
I just, as far as college football goes, Hunter, I just want the Tar Heels to have a season like the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So I can sit back my head.
No.
And,
listen,
cackle laugh.
Listen, I will say this. There was supposed to be a good football game Saturday in college. It was supposed to be Marshall at East Carolina. It was postponed. But, I mean, college football is in swing because Central Arkansas, UAB, South Alabama, Southern Mississippi, they're playing Thursday. Being Saturday, there's 6 games being played. Monday's got BYU at Navy. So college football is officially back, just none of the Power 5 conferences are playing yet. If I'm not mistaken, that is, why would they call this week 1? When all the big games start in week 2. Clemson, Wake Forest, Duke, Notre Dame. Like, look at this. These games are going to be so much better to watch. Ooh.
So
Appalachian State and Charlotte. That's their opening game.
I hope they beat them by 60.
Oklahoma.
Even though
North
Charlotte
Carolina,
gave them a run
Hey,
last
North
year.
Carolina opens up with Syracuse, and that's never an easy battle in the ACC.
All right. Panthers announce that there will be no fans in week 1 because our wonderful governor here in North Carolina, Hunter.
That doesn't surprise me. I think there have been a couple places that are like maybe not the first 2 weeks, but after that.
30. Well, our governor's waiting until after the election. Seriously, all the first, all the school first things end the day before the election.
Okay.
So everything ends the day before the election, and then we'll find out. Our governor, here in Carolina, our governor's not allowed. And Hunter, you know what that means? Though also, no fans at Bank of America.
Yeah.
For the Bank of America 500.
None of them.
And for the race, because he's not allowed. That's a playoff race, and now fans of Charlotte, the home of NASCAR, isn't even going to get to see it because, of course, we play politics in certain states. And in our state, we have a Democratic governor, and he's not allowing sports. So we can't have anything go on. We couldn't have the Blue Jays come to our city. We couldn't have racing. We can't have fans for the Panthers games, which, whatever. Hunter, have you seen the new CDC thing about 6%?
Yeah, I've seen that. The only thing I want to comment really quick that's just sports related, though, is so on ESPN they have it like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. It's not until week 4 of games already happening does the SEC start up.
Okay.
So that date is September 26th.
The second response to the Panthers was 6%.
Yeah.
That's all they said.
No. Yeah, I get that. 100% I get it. When I saw the numbers, I was like, and my mother's a nurse, and when she saw the numbers, she said, well, it's a shame that it took them this long to get the numbers correct, or at least to clarify what the numbers are.
Fuck. 6% of what they said.
So
most of us don't care about it in person or on TV. That was some of the response.
Damn, it's true though.
Yeah, I mean,
it's true. I mean,
just take our tax money to give to a billionaire.
Oh man.
Looking at some of the so no fans in Bank of America. For the Panthers opening up. Dallas Cowboys says he's going to have fans.
All right. Does that surprise you?
No.
No.
Jerry's going to have him.
Jerry's going to make his money.
I'm looking to see if this
Bills still come in on that big old place. Power bill's got to be paid.
Hunter, they've done some renovations here. Looking at the Panthers Stadium, I'm gonna pull it up for you folks before we get out of here. But I still don't see the middle entrance that if they have installed that yet for soccer. You know, they're not playing until next
2022.
So they've got plenty of time to do that. But they've already done. If you look in the end zone, they've turned those into some. They've taken out end zone seats, Hunter, where the players jump up in the stands. Those look like bar seats. Like those look like tables and stuff. So he's gonna be selling some premium seating in the end
zone. Trying to do a Jerry World.
Yeah,
they got like those little dugout type spots fans can pay for and go sit in.
But see,
caution arm and a leg, but you can do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you're a regular fan,
the picture's just as good on my television.
Everything is they don't. What's crazy is that the most diehard regular Panthers fans probably don't have any money. And they sit in the upper deck and they love their team, and then and you price those folks out of it, and then the way the NBA is doing their things, they're gonna be careful. They're gonna price all their fans out of the lower decks and everything too as well. So. All right, Hunter. Anything else before we got to go? I got baseball practice today.
Not at all.
I just found out we've got practice today.
Not at all.
Well, folks, thank you for tuning in. Thanks, Hunter, for coming in.
Absolutely.
He of course, brought me my lunch today, so that mattered more than anything. And I haven't even ate, but about half of it. I'm gonna eat the rest of it on the way home.
The only thing I have to say before we leave, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to Saturday, October 17th. You love to talk about how these college football teams don't play anybody. It'll be a regular season matchup between Alabama and Georgia.
That's really what you wanted to stop me
That's
for?
exactly what I wanted to say.
Shit.
That's number 3 versus number 4.
Trade Marte to the Marlins. Does that mean anything to you?
Not at all.
Okay. We'll see, guys. On the next KTC Broadcasting Shock Joxx episode, we'll be up Wednesday. I would say Wednesday afternoon, 2 o'clock. Zach will be here. And then Saturday, of course, we'll be back on Saturday Sports Talk with Tom and Terry talking more baseball. We'll have some more basketball playoff updates and more. And Saturday, we got to do our NFL predictions. So have that ready for Saturday. You need to have your standings and everything ready and go. We'll see you guys next time on KTCBroadcasting.com Shock Joxx.